On Britain's streets, a battle is raging.
Don't touch me, son.
Well, I already just did, didn't I?
What are you going to do about it?
Over 11 million of us rent.
I wouldn't put anybody in this situation.
Oh, seriously, they're not living in this, are they?
So why should I live like this?
But thousands fall victim to rogue landlords.
There's just water cascading through here.
This is a dirt trap.
On the other side, there are 2 million private landlords and counting.
I want my house back. I don't give a toss.
I wanted to drag her out of the flat. This is mine.
I'll never rent again. Too much hassle.
But many face financial ruin at the hands of tenants from hell.
He hasn't had his rent for ages. He's owed
So
20.
what? When are you going to pay me the money?
There's a scam going on here, Donny.
I know.
In this series,
Go, come on, let's go.
we follow the heroes who take slum landlords down.
Paying rent to live in a decent property.
There's so many things wrong, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, somebody touches that, they get electrocuted.
Not acceptable.
And the experts whose job it is to evict nightmare tenants.
Do not push me. Do not push me.
In Britain, 1 in 5 homes is now owned by a landlord. But an unwelcome offshoot of this overheated rental market is the emergence of a new breed of unscrupulous letting agent. An agent that scams both tenants and landlords.
What is it? Gear change.
That's all right, I'll sort it out.
How did you do it? Nothing this.
Susan and Gary Bailey recently took out a second mortgage and bought a 3-bedroom rental flat in East London, hoping it would be an investment for their son's future. As soon as they advertised the flat, the couple were approached by a man claiming to be a registered letting agent, saying he could guarantee their rent for the next 3 years.
He went to see it the next day and then emailed an offer over to us straight away. And it was on letter-headed paper, he had his business card attached to it, and it looked really professional. And then he really got us. He sent us another offer through and another email, higher than the original offer. And that's when I said to my husband, this is a great offer. Wouldn't it be great if we could just give the responsibility of this property over to this agency? We signed the contract on the evening of the 18th of February and emailed it over to him. That evening, I looked at his website again, and that's when alarm bells started ringing.
Susan realised his website was a carbon copy of another legitimate agent's website.
I called him at 9:20 in the morning and the phone number didn't go through. It said, sorry, there's a fault on the line. So then I really started worrying.
Susan immediately emailed him trying to cancel the deal. But in a shocking development, the agent broke into the Baileys' new property in the middle of the night and changed the locks. They called the police but were told it was a civil matter. So in desperation, Susan and Gary have called Paul Champlina from Landlord Action for help.
Tell me what the latest is.
He broke in at 2:30 or 3 a.m. in the morning of the 28th of February, and we're presuming he had a locksmith with him.
That's shocking, that is, yeah. So police won't get involved. As far as they're concerned, it's a civil matter.
Yeah.
And unless you can show hard evidence with regard to fraud taking place, they won't get involved. Now, I've dealt with them for years.
The Baileys hadn't handed over the keys to the agent, but because they'd signed a contract with him, they're in a legal grey area.
I think I've been in a state of shock since it happened. I can't understand why it's happening to us.
It's been very personal to us, this, and to have someone break into the property is just awful. And to have nothing that we can do about it. So yeah, it does make you feel a lot less secure.
In another twist, the agent has put tenants in the Baileys' flat and is collecting their rent. Rent that he's not handing over to the couple.
While he's earning money out of your property, he doesn't want to give it up.
No.
We need to try and remedy that problem so that you can get control of the tenancy. That's the key to this.
She wants the property back. He doesn't want to give the property back because he's earning money out of it.
I do blame myself. By signing that little piece of paper, we've allowed this person into our lives.
She's really stressed. She's desperate to get her property back. The most likely likelihood is that she might have to do a deal with the subtenants, give them new tenancy agreements, and they pay the rent directly to her.
Yeah, I've got the keys, yeah.
Taking Paul's advice, Susan and Gary are heading to their flat to talk to the new tenants. But they're nervous.
Worst case scenario, that he's got associates of his in the flat and they might be quite aggressive, so that's something else to be concerned about.
Here we are.
They're hoping they can persuade the tenants to tear up their contracts with the letting agent and sign new contracts and pay rent to them.
Hello, hi. I'm Susan and this is Gary.
We're the actual owners of the flats that you're staying in.
Susan explains the situation.
Okay. Not good. So I'm sorry, it's a problem for us and also for you.
Recently arrived from France, this tenant is one of 5 the agent has put into the Bailey's property. In total, the agent is charging them £2,500 a month in rent. Another one of the tenants is home.
He broke into the flat at 3 o'clock in the morning, at night, broke into it, changed all the locks.
This tenant, who's originally from Italy, has been in London for 10 years. He soon grasped the consequences of what Gary and Susan are telling him.
Well, sorry, hold on, wait a second. I got this place to be safe because I need the work. I need this place, and now you come up with this stuff.
Yeah, really sorry.
I'm really sorry. I know it's a lot to take in. This is one of the worst things that's ever happened to us, actually. What we're absolutely not here to do is say everyone out and you lose your money.
The only thing we want is to be rid of him. We don't want
get rid of him.
We don't want anything to do with him.
I'll become your tenant.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm so sorry.
He's alive.
Thank you very much.
All Susan and Gary can do is get the locks changed and pray they've finally got the rogue letting agent out of their property once and for all.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
But not surprisingly, the tenants are confused and worried.
The story almost sounds too far-fetched to believe. Turn their world upside down with this bombshell.
That guy there was saying, I need to check your details. I'm going to check, who can I speak to check? I just feel really bad for them.
Yes.
Gary and Susan Bailey are battling to take back control of their rental property from an unscrupulous letting agent.
Yeah, you live in the top floor flat. Yeah.
They've put in new locks and persuaded the tenants to sign new contracts directly with them.
Thank you very much, thank you. It's really nice to meet you as well.
Things are very much looking up. Now the tenants have signed with us. We feel pretty confident that they're happy to be with us. And straight away, we've done loads of things for them anyway. We got the internet sorted out for them and other little bits and bobs. They completely believe us.
It feels good to feel like we're starting to get back in control, and in the near future, we'll start to get some money back on the property, because obviously we've lost at least 2 months' rent now. This is a huge blow for us.
So far, the Baileys are down around £3,500. But they should start getting some rent in soon.
I'm being more cautious than Gary at the moment. He keeps saying, we've won, we've done it. I'm like, we're not home yet.
We'll have him. We'll get him.
They look good. You can wear them again, can't you? You can wear them to play football in.
Two days later, there's a shocking development involving the letting agent.
Awful. He broke back in. When I got there, he was just there with the police.
As soon as Gary heard about the break-in, he called the police and raced to the property where he met the agent.
Again, he was as cocky as anything. Said, "This is my property. I can do what I want with it." The police have basically said it's a civil matter. I could absolutely kill him now. I could absolutely do him some damage. I really could. I kind of want to beat the crap out of him, but at the same time, he's not even worth my effort to do it.
Emotionally and financially, Gary is close to breaking point.
I don't know what to do next. We can't keep bankrolling this. We can't afford to pay 2 mortgages. It's you know, it's my work is suffering. You know, home life is suffering. Oh, God. I can't let him win. He absolutely cannot win this.
With the police unable to do anything, Gary has little choice but to watch helplessly as the agent re-signs each tenant and gets the locks changed yet again, locking Gary out of his own property. To rub salt into the wound, one of the agent's associates tells Gary what he thinks.
There's nothing in the contract that states he's not allowed to do what he's doing.
Listen, that you do not know. No. What's in the contract? Have you seen the contract?
I've seen the contract, yeah.
Why does it say in the contract he can do that?
It doesn't say in the contract that he can't do it. So...
Sorry, who are you again?
Don't worry.
Sorry?
I'm
worried. No, I need to know who you are, because obviously you've seen the contract. No, come on. No, it's not irrelevant. No, it's not irrelevant. You've come in here. Listen.
It has nothing to do with the situation.
No, it has.
I'm trying to help you out here. It's like you're almost confused about the agreement.
No, I think you're confused.
How am I confused?
Actually, so who are you again?
I'm your friend.
No, I don't know you. I don't have...
Well, you know me now.
You are not my friend. You obviously are friends with him, aren't you?
No.
You know,
okay,
give it on. Anyway. No, I don't care if you had enough of this. I don't give a fuck if you had enough of this. I don't give a shit if you had enough of this.
So what's happening?
You know what I mean?
So what's happening?
What do you mean? What's happening?
Are you threatening me or what's happening?
Well, do you want to be threatened by me?
Alright, cool, man.
No, nothing's cool, is it?
Cool, man.
Eh? What's cool then? What kind of fucking friend are you?
Oh my goodness.
You wanted to be here, didn't you? Are we still calling, are we?
Who's that?
Not a clue. Not a clue who that is.
All Gary can do is walk away, leaving the letting agent inside the property. But when he gets home, there's more disturbing news.
We got to call 999. There were 3 men standing on our front path, looking up at the house and pointing.
What, pointing at this house?
They were standing in a row, one at the front door, and then the 2 immediately behind them. Do you think we can get the boys to stay somewhere else? It's just gone beyond. It's gone beyond anything normal.
Susan doesn't know who the men are or what they were doing at their home, but fears the visit may have something to do with their dispute with the agent.
My name's Susan Bailey, and I'm appealing to the police for help, please. And they're coming to our home now to threaten us. We need help, please. They came to our personal home, yes, and they were standing by my front door, right outside my front door, on my front path, all 3 of them, all looking at the house. And when I pulled up in the car, they already slowly walked away from the house, all looking at me. It's clearly escalating, and we need help. Thank you. Bye. I'm just going to make an appointment for another policeman to come around and see us.
Tonight?
It might be tonight, yeah.
In Britain's busiest cities, rents are higher than ever, and affordable accommodation thin on the ground. Some people take advantage, squeezing tenants into overcrowded properties in poor conditions, just so they can reap huge profits. Harrow Council housing officers are on their way to raid a property.
Open the door, please. Harrow Council, open the door.
Neighbours have complained the men living in this property are urinating in the front garden and fly tipping.
And they're going to peek round the curtain.
They already did.
Do they?
Yeah.
The housing officers suspect it's an unlicensed HMO, a house in multiple occupation.
Mattress on the floor, bed.
They just need to get inside and find out what's going on.
Here we go. Morning, we're from Harrow Council. Just like to ask you a few questions about the property, if we may.
How many people are in the house? Huh? You don't know. Okay. Let's see your IDs, please.
There's no ID.
You don't have ID? No driving licence? Nothing like that?
Almost every room in the house has been converted into a makeshift bedroom.
And how many people are at the property, to the best of your knowledge?
4 people only.
4 people in one room. How much rent do you pay?
The officers want to find out exactly who's living here,
We've got 2 mattresses here.
but it's not proving easy.
What is her name? Or name? What is your name, my dear?
We'll be out of here.
Why is she not giving? How many people do you see?
Here?
Yeah.
9 people.
9 people?
Yes.
Okay. Write your name for me here. Here. Sorry, may I take your name, please?
No.
Why you no name? You have your ID?
Huh?
Do you have any ID? We found another overcrowded property. We've got mattresses in the front rooms. Someone has already left the property and has gone out and locked the other room. We got caught a glimpse of some more mattresses in there.
How many in this room?
Yes, it's me. I don't sleep here. Sleep here. Me.
Okay, and who sleep on this room? 7? 6, 7.
Live long, guys.
6? You guys don't know each other? No? You don't know who's who? Oh,
Friend.
thank you. Your friend, okay.
The crowded conditions are one thing, but the officers are also concerned about the potential fire risk.
Extension cables everywhere. No fixed heater, fridge in the room, just a tiny room, not good.
Fan heaters everywhere.
Coming from Harrow Council? You have ID?
On the top floor, housing officer Ozzy discovers a man in bed who looks ill.
You had operation, okay. Thank you. You have no job. You have operation. It's not safe for you. Look, electrics are all hanging. I think they brought the extension cable from downstairs. Yeah, there's electric, so they are taking it from down, which is not good. It's not safe at all. Yeah, it's in a really poor state. And the gentleman just had operation, so he's not in a good state.
Exactly how many people live here is still unclear. But Ozzy reckons there are easily more than 10 men, all sharing a kitchen, a shower and a toilet.
A dodgy toilet here, as you can see, it's really messed up. It's got a big hole in there. There's no wash and basin.
This isn't the first time the officers have investigated this house and warned the landlords about overcrowding. But it's clear there's still a serious problem.
This property is known to us. We've already raided this property. Landlord was like, I don't know who lives here. Oh, I never knew, blah, blah, blah. So it's a difficult one, this one. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
As nothing has improved since their last visit, the housing officers decide it's time to get tough with the landlords. There are many reasons why tenants sometimes fail to pay their rent: unemployment, illness, or debt. But sometimes it's simply because they think they can get away with it. Eviction specialist Paul Champlina is in one of London's wealthiest neighbourhoods. He's here to serve a legal notice on a tenant who owes over £20,000 in missing rent.
Morning, Paul.
How are you?
Very well, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Joining him is Paul Lewis, whose elderly father owns the property. It was Paul who discovered that his dad hasn't received a penny in rent for over 2 years.
So it's over £20,000 now, the rent.
Yes.
It's owing. So what's her excuse?
The original excuse was that the bank never paid it.
The bank?
Yeah. Our bank details have always been the same.
Right.
I believe she stopped the standing order.
Your dad's ill as well, but she said she knew about that. And
yeah, they actually knew each other, you know.
Right. Okay.
And that's why, you know, he was very fond of her, never put the rent up very much.
She made loads of promises to you and nothing's ever been paid.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. You know, the emails and the texts have been going backwards and forwards, haven't been the most pleasant, to say the least.
Well, let's go and serve her and see what she's got to say for herself.
The tenant, a PR expert who works for some of the world's top luxury brands, is about to get a rude awakening.
Yeah, hi, I got a letter. It's a letter from your landlord for the outstanding rent. You owed over £20,000. You haven't paid for 26 months now, rent you haven't paid. It's a Section 8 notice.
The tenant shouts back that she's still in bed and now's not an appropriate time.
Well, I think it is appropriate. You haven't paid the rent for 26 months. The landlord wants possession of the property. He said he's had numerous promises from you. You haven't paid anything.
Not knowing that the landlord's son is standing outside, the tenant claims she's still discussing payment details.
OK, well, you can speak to him now. He's with me now. I'm his legal representative.
It's Paul. Really, there's nothing to be worried about.
At this point, the tenant decides she doesn't want to talk to them anymore.
Yeah, well, not answering. What does that tell you?
OK.
We tried it the nice way. Now we've got to do it the legal way.
Right. I'm serving this notice now. When you open it, you'll see, OK, it's been served, and you now have the deadline date on the notice to make payment or vacate the property. You have all different types of tenants that can't pay the rent. You know, you have tenants that fall on hard times. You have tenants that are on housing benefit and the benefit gets stopped. Your circumstances change. And then you get tenants that will just out and out just take complete liberties.
She's got a professional job, she earns good money, and she still chooses not to pay her rent.
Disgraceful.
It is disgraceful.
I'm sure she loves living in this area. It's a lovely area, isn't it?
Wouldn't you?
Especially rent-free.
Now the Section 8 notice is served, the tenant has a fortnight to pay her £20,000 debt or leave the property. If she doesn't, Paul will need to apply for a possession order, and that will mean yet more time with no rent coming in.
Once we get the possession order, she's going to have 14 days. And if she doesn't leave, then we come back with the bailiffs, which is another 6 weeks. So, you know, all in all, you're in for about 4.5, 5 months, start to finish.
It's quite a while to wait, isn't it?
But
really?
it is.
More than £20,000 down, Paul can only hope he can get his dad's troublesome tenant out quickly. In East London, Gary and Susan Bailey are struggling to get their rental property back from an unscrupulous letting agent. Just when they think things can't get any worse, Gary gets a call from one of the tenants saying the agent is about to evict him. The tenant, a chef, has come home after a 17-hour shift to find he's been locked out of the house.
Someone's coming.
What is it? Is it my clothes? Yeah? Why is it, yeah? Why are you wearing my dress? What are you going to do?
Was that him, was it?
Yeah.
The tenant's belongings are in the hallway. Why he's been singled out is unclear, but Gary suspects it's because he re-signed with him and Susan.
So did he give you any indication he was going to do it? Did he say anything, or did he?
Not from him, not from the other guys.
Normally, evicting tenants without warning is illegal. Gary hopes this might be enough for the police to finally arrest the agent.
And is now in the process of evicting someone. But they're coming, basically. So the police said if he does this, then they're going to arrest him. Yes. 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 This gentleman's been evicted. He's tried to get in. All of his bags are just in now. He hasn't been given any notice, and that's illegal. So
It does sound all very like civil law.
So just
Yeah.
so you're not confident you can do anything because this guy's homeless. I don't know what to say to him because
I'll pop upstairs and have a look, see if I can do anything. Quick chat.
I'm not confident at all. He's not confident himself, so I don't see why I should have any confidence in the situation. It feels like we're going backwards.
The agent has outfoxed them yet again.
Go to that hotel tonight. Yeah, everything.
We'll just grab your stuff.
He's managed to avoid any problems with the police by offering to put the evicted tenant up in a hotel for 2 nights.
Who booked the hotel then? He booked it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This idiot is ruining our fucking life.
In 2 days' time, it's likely the evicted tenant will be on the streets.
After 2 nights, I don't think he's going to, give a 2 hoots where he's going to be staying. I think I need a good night's sleep now. I think I'm done. It's been, I'd say, one of the worst days of my life.
It's now a month since housing officers from Harrow Council discovered the unlicensed HMO. As well as the overcrowded and dangerous conditions, they're also concerned about the complaints of antisocial behaviour by the tenants.
This property is really problematic. The landlords know there is this problem, but they seem to not do anything about it. So we'll get them to do something about it, by law.
Ozzy is now on her way to serve an official warning to the landlords.
If they still don't do anything about the overcrowding or the antisocial behaviour that's been ongoing in the property, then it could go to either fining them like a great amount of money, or it could go through the prosecution. I don't think the tenants will be leaving. So, 'cause, we've got a problem.
It's now a month since housing officers from Harrow Council discovered the unlicensed HMO. As well as the overcrowded and dangerous conditions, they're also concerned about the complaints of antisocial behaviour by the tenants. Ozzy is now on her way to serve an official warning to the landlords. If they still don't do anything about the overcrowding or the antisocial behaviour that's been ongoing in the property, then it could go to either fining them like a great amount of money, or it could go through the prosecution. I don't think the tenants will be leaving. So we've got a problem.
let's serve these notices by hand.
To cover all bases, Ozzy will deliver the legal notice to both the rental property and the landlord's home address.
They're inside. Can you open the door, please? I'm coming from Harrow Council. I know you're inside. Hello?
The notice gives the landlords just 7 days to sort out the overcrowding and the bad behaviour at this property, or they'll face further action.
Okay, then opening the door. So we'll give all these by hand. Okay, so that goes in. So we need this one.
As soon as Ozzy serves the notice to the landlord's home,
then we'll just put that through there.
The 7-day countdown begins. She now has to wait and see what happens.
We are starting the legal procedure from today, and if they don't act on it, it will get more serious and they'll be in big trouble.
Less than a week later, Ozzy's on her way back to the property. It appears the warning notice has had a dramatic effect.
We received a phone call from the landlords to say that all the tenants have vacated apart from 2 tenants.
If what the landlord says is true, it's good news. But to make sure, Ozzy wants to make a full inspection. Waiting for her at the property is a relative of the landlord's.
Hello, guys. Hello. How are you?
Once she's seen inside, Ozzy's satisfied that the men have definitely moved out.
The property smells really bad.
Now we have to do it.
You need to now do it up properly. All right, bye-bye. The whole property is absolutely empty. There's some mattresses on the floor and a few suitcases, but the property is completely empty, which I'm happy about. That's a great result.
The landlords promise that from now on, they'll keep a closer eye on the property, as will Ozzy and her colleagues at Harrow Council.
We'll be monitoring them continuously and making sure that all these problems don't occur again.
For now, though, Ozzy's job here is done. Gary and Susan Bailey are facing financial ruin. They're battling to get their property back from an unscrupulous letting agent.
This whole thing is a mess. Can't see a way out at the moment. Solicitors are saying that it's just going to cost us loads of money. The money that we don't really have. So by the end of this, we're going to be in massive debt. I absolutely don't know now. I absolutely don't know.
It's Paul Champlina. Give me a call back at the office, please, so I can update you on what happened.
Paul Champlina is advising them on the case.
They've got a complete nightmare. It's distressing for them, and they want us, you know, to do the legal work and try and get their property back for them.
Don't know what else we can do after this. This is. We are chucking the kitchen sink at this one.
Paul, along with solicitor Justin, is suggesting a high-stakes move to get the agent out for good.
Tea, thank you.
Just some water, please.
Sure. What about vodka? You might need it.
The plan? To try and win an injunction, banning the agent from going anywhere near their property. Justin explains the grounds on which they might win.
The first is pure trespass, okay, on the basis that you've never authorised him to be in the property in the first place.
The difficulty for the couple is they signed a contract with the agent.
He could come up with an argument and say they provided me with a tenancy agreement. So we need to overcome that. And so
But Justin thinks he can successfully argue that the Baileys were duped by the misleading website and fake reviews.
the contract was rescinded because of a fraudulent misrepresentation.
Good luck.
We'll get it done.
Speak to you
Thank
soon.
you very much.
Keep
Thank
well.
you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
So far, the Baileys are over $5,000 down in lost rent. The injunction will cost them a further £4,000.
He just does have a contract that we signed, so that, I mean, you know, that is a concern.
The couple will only know if their gamble pays off once they get to court. It's less than a week since Paul Lewis served his father's tenant with a Section 8 notice, demanding she pays the £20,000 she owes or leaves the property.
Well, I received an email stating that she's put £2,000 in my account. We looked online and, yeah, we received the £2,000 from her.
As she still owes his elderly dad over £18,000, Paul could still take her to court, but it's something he's keen to avoid.
She's offering to pay us now £1,000 a month. So let's just see if she sticks to it. If not, it goes to court and it just incurs more costs.
The tenant has also told Paul that she's moving out. He's now on his way to the flat to check she's not bluffing.
If she said she's leaving and she hasn't left, I won't be very happy. There's no noise.
The signs are good.
No, no one's at home. I'm delighted she's not here. Looks a bit tired though, doesn't it? To be honest with you, all it needs is a good decorator to take care of it, probably change the toilet and shower. This would be a lovely flat for someone. I'm very, very happy that she's gone, because this could have gone on 3-4 months. You know, I'm just pleased she's left.
Harry, the building's handyman, turns up to change the locks.
It's a bit of a stay, isn't it?
Needs Harry's magic care, that's what it needs. I can bring this back to modern ages, you know. It looks like it's about 100 years old.
Yeah.
Take the lot out and start again.
Yeah, I know.
That's all. That's the quickest way.
OK. You good to do the decorating?
Yeah, of course I am. I like it. You know me.
Yeah.
I like doing this work.
We've known each other a long time.
Long time.
Harry's been doing odd jobs around this property for years and knew the tenant well.
Are you a bit surprised what she's done in here?
I wouldn't have thought it in a million years that she would have done that.
No, we're all surprised, but...
You know, when you said you're evicting someone, and you said, guess who, and I would have thought she's the last one.
That works fine.
Job done, Paul. Sweet as.
Looks fine to me.
See you later.
Bye, Harry.
With the tenant out and the locks changed, Paul can finally re-let the flat. Whether his father will see any of the £18,000 he's owed is another story.
This is a giant step forward. I'm very, very pleased.
It's the day of Susan and Gary's court hearing.
Yeah, good.
Meeting them outside the courthouse is their barrister, Leon Glenister. Today, the couple's main worry is that the letting agent will turn up and challenge the injunction banning him from their property.
We're not expecting it, are we?
I don't know.
Well,
Play the wild card on that one. I really don't know.
10. Fingers crossed.
Everything is riding on this case. If it goes against the Baileys, not only do they lose thousands of pounds in rent and legal fees, they will also have little choice but to accept the agent has control of their property for up to 3 years. hour later, the hearing is over.
News at last, yeah, I know, amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. We didn't actually know.
Yes, there was lots.
Actually, during the conversation with the judges, he just went one way and then another way. We were literally hanging on every word, but yes.
Yes, it finally went in our favour.
So, they were in shock. Oh, you give me a hug, Gary.
An injunction has been granted, meaning the agent will be arrested if he attempts to enter the property.
Can't believe it's nearly the end, isn't it?
Yes.
What's more, they've also won a possession order, allowing them to take back their flat.
There's the injunction, and there's the order for possession.
That's brilliant.
So good, that's amazing, yeah.
Thank you so much, really.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
I know you're going now, but
Yeah.
No problem. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
So good. Never been so happy to get anything in my whole life.
So, yeah, I don't know if you can notice, we're quite happy. We've got this.
Within minutes of the hearing, the couple race round to their flat and tape up the legal notices. Susan and Gary's nightmare is finally over.
Want to have a chat?
Next time,
You owe us $5.5 grand.
a Kent couple confront a tenant who owes them thousands.
I'm actually fucking livid now.
She's taking the piss. It's the council with the police.
Harrow council officers stumble across a secret brothel.
This is obviously a house of ill repute.
And a landlord from Colchester is pushed to breaking point.
I'd waited 13 years before I could move back to England.